Have you ever wondered why some couples seem deeply connected even after years together, while others slowly drift apart in silence? It's not always about looks, money, or even passion. Sometimes it comes down to one small bedroom habit that women secretly crave, but rarely talk about openly. And here's the surprising part: most men completely overlook it. Tonight, we're uncovering the bedroom habit women secretly love, why it matters so much emotionally, and how it can transform attraction, intimacy, and connection in ways most people never expect. Because what women truly remember isn't always the wildest moment. It's how a man makes them feel before, during, and after intimacy. Stay until the end, because one simple shift could completely change the way your relationship feels behind closed doors. When most people think about attraction in the bedroom, they focus on performance. They think confidence means dominance, speed, or experience. But for many women, the real magic starts long before anything physical happens. It starts with emotional presence. That means being fully there, paying attention, making her feel desired instead of rushed, making her feel safe instead of pressured, making her feel like she matters more than the act itself. And that's the habit women secretly love more than almost anything else. A man who is emotionally present in the bedroom instantly feels different from the average man. Why? Because emotional presence creates anticipation. It creates trust. It creates tension in the best possible way. And tension is what makes intimacy unforgettable. Many women silently say the same thing. The moments they remember most are not always the most intense physically. They're the moments where they felt deeply seen. Think about that. A lingering kiss, eye contact that lasts a little longer, gentle touches that aren't rushed, a calm voice, genuine affection, patience, attention. These things sound simple, but they create emotional electricity. The truth is, many relationships lose excitement because intimacy becomes predictable and mechanical. People stop connecting emotionally and start treating closeness like a routine. And women notice that faster than men realize. When affection feels automatic instead of intentional, desire slowly fades. But when a man brings attention, curiosity, and emotional warmth into the bedroom, it changes everything. Suddenly, intimacy feels alive again. One of the biggest mistakes men make is assuming women only want confidence. Yes, confidence matters. But emotional awareness is what separates unforgettable men from forgettable ones. A woman wants to feel wanted, not handled. There's a difference. Handled feels robotic. Wanted feels personal. And women are incredibly sensitive to emotional energy. They can often tell within seconds whether a man is mentally connected or emotionally distant. That's why the habit women secretly love is not about a specific move or technique. It's about emotional attentiveness, listening to her reactions, reading her body language, slowing down enough to notice what she enjoys, making the experience feel shared instead of self-focused. This creates trust, and trust creates deeper attraction. The strange thing is, many couples never talk openly about this. Women often stay quiet because they don't want to hurt feelings or create awkward conversations. So instead, they silently crave emotional intimacy while pretending everything is fine. Over time, this creates emotional distance. But couples who understand this secret often become dramatically closer. Because intimacy is rarely just physical. It's emotional reassurance. It's feeling chosen. It's feeling admired. It's feeling safe enough to fully relax with someone. And when women feel emotionally safe, they naturally become more affectionate, playful, and connected. Another bedroom habit women secretly love is patience. In today's world, everything moves fast. Fast conversations, fast entertainment, fast relationships. But intimacy becomes powerful when it slows down. Women often love when a man takes his time instead of rushing toward the finish line. Why? Because slowness builds anticipation. Anticipation creates emotional tension. And emotional tension is often more exciting than the final moment itself. Think about how powerful it feels when someone focuses completely on you without distraction. No phone, no hurry, no selfish agenda. Just attention. That kind of focus feels rare today. And rarity creates value. Many women secretly associate patience with emotional maturity. It shows control. It shows confidence. It shows care. A rushed man often feels insecure. A patient man feels powerful. And that emotional difference changes the entire experience. Another thing women deeply appreciate is affection after intimacy. This is something many people underestimate. For some women, what happens after the bedroom matters just as much as what happens during it. Simple things like cuddling, conversation, laughter, soft touches, or staying emotionally connected afterward create a feeling of emotional security. Without that connection, intimacy can feel empty. With it, intimacy feels bonding. This is one reason women often remember emotionally intelligent partners for years, not because they were perfect, but because they made intimacy feel meaningful. There's also something important many men don't realize. Emotional connection increases attraction over time. A man who makes a woman feel emotionally safe often becomes more physically attractive to her. Why? Because the brain and emotions are deeply connected to desire. That's why confidence mixed with kindness becomes incredibly powerful. It's also why emotional coldness can slowly destroy attraction, even in physically attractive relationships. Women want chemistry, yes, but they also want comfort. Excitement and emotional security together create the strongest kind of attraction. And the couples who understand this usually have stronger long-term intimacy than couples who only focus on physical passion. Now, here's another bedroom habit women secretly love: genuine compliments during intimate moments. Not fake lines, not overly dramatic phrases. Real appreciation. When a woman feels genuinely admired, it changes her confidence instantly. Many women carry insecurities they never openly discuss. They wonder if they're attractive enough, desired enough, beautiful enough. A sincere compliment from someone they trust can completely transform how they feel in the moment. And confidence changes everything in intimacy. A woman who feels emotionally appreciated often becomes more open, affectionate, and expressive. Words matter more than people think, especially when they feel authentic. Another overlooked habit is consistency. Women often love partners who make intimacy feel emotionally reliable instead of unpredictable. That doesn't mean boring. It means dependable affection. Many relationships become emotionally exhausting because affection only appears when one person wants something. But women often crave affection outside the bedroom too. Small touches, hugs, compliments, playfulness, emotional warmth throughout the day. Why? Because emotional connection outside the bedroom strengthens passion inside the bedroom. When a teshiro and a woman feels emotionally neglected all day and suddenly receives attention at night, it can feel disconnected. But ongoing affection builds emotional closeness continuously. And emotional closeness fuels desire naturally. Another powerful habit women secretly love is feeling emotionally understood without judgment. That means creating a space where she feels comfortable expressing desires, boundaries, insecurities, or emotions openly. Emotional safety is incredibly attractive. A woman who feels judged will often emotionally withdraw. A woman who feels accepted becomes more relaxed and connected. This is why communication matters so much in intimacy. Not robotic conversations. Real conversations. Talking honestly. Listening carefully. Respecting comfort levels. Understanding emotional needs. Couples who communicate openly about intimacy often have stronger relationships because resentment doesn't silently build over time. And here's something fascinating. Many women associate emotional intelligence with masculinity more than people expect. A man who can communicate calmly, show affection confidently, and stay emotionally grounded often feels more attractive than someone trying too hard to appear dominant. Real confidence is calm. It doesn't need to force anything. It pays attention. It adapts. It cares. Women notice that energy immediately. Another bedroom habit women secretly love is enthusiasm, not fake performance energy. Genuine enthusiasm for making the experience enjoyable for both people. That emotional generosity matters. Nobody wants to feel like intimacy is a task or routine. Passion grows when both people feel excited to connect emotionally and physically. And enthusiasm is contagious. When someone feels desired in a sincere way, they naturally become more responsive emotionally. This creates stronger chemistry over time. One reason long-term couples lose passion is because they stop being curious about each other. They assume they already know everything. But attraction thrives on curiosity. Women secretly love when a partner still tries to understand them emotionally, even after years together. Asking questions, noticing changes, paying attention to moods, continuing to flirt, continuing to care. These habits keep relationships emotionally alive. And emotional aliveness creates romantic energy. Here's another truth many people avoid. Stress destroys intimacy. When people are emotionally disconnected, exhausted, or constantly distracted, intimacy often suffers first. That's why emotional support becomes incredibly attractive. A man who helps create peace instead of pressure often becomes emotionally irresistible. Women frequently talk about how attractive it feels when a partner reduces stress instead of adding to it. Kindness matters more than social media admits. Patience matters more than flashy confidence. Attention matters more than perfect looks. And emotional consistency matters more than dramatic intensity. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful bedroom habits women secretly love. Feeling emotionally prioritized. Not temporarily desired. Prioritized. There's a huge difference. Being desired can feel physical. Being prioritized feels emotional. When a woman feels emotionally important to someone, intimacy becomes deeper naturally. She feels more relaxed, more confident, more expressive. And that emotional openness strengthens the relationship far beyond the bedroom. This is why emotional neglect can hurt relationships so deeply. Humans naturally crave connection. And intimacy without emotional connection often feels incomplete over time. The strongest couples usually understand that attraction is not built only in the bedroom. It's built in daily behavior. The way someone listens. The way someone responds. During stress. The way someone gives attention. The way someone makes their partner feel valued consistently. All those moments build emotional intimacy slowly. And emotional intimacy transforms physical intimacy. Another habit women secretly love is feeling pursued even in long-term relationships. Many couples stop flirting after becoming comfortable. But playful attraction matters. Compliments matter. Unexpected affection matters. Romantic energy requires effort. Not exhausting effort. Intentional effort. A simple message. A smile across the room. A gentle touch while passing by. These moments keep attraction alive because they maintain emotional tension and connection. Women often miss being emotionally pursued more than physically pursued. And that emotional pursuit creates excitement. Another thing that strengthens intimacy is emotional reassurance. Everyone has moments of insecurity, stress, or doubt. Partners who provide reassurance calmly and sincerely often build deeper emotional trust. And trust creates freedom. Freedom to relax. Freedom to connect. Freedom to be emotionally open. Without trust, intimacy becomes guarded. With trust, intimacy becomes genuine. That's why emotional connection is not separate from attraction. It is attraction. And couples who ignore emotional intimacy often wonder why physical intimacy slowly weakens over time. Now here's something important. Women are not all the same. Every person has unique preferences, comfort levels, and emotional needs. But the common thread many women secretly crave is feeling emotionally connected instead of emotionally overlooked. That's the real secret. Not complicated tricks. Not unrealistic fantasies. Connection, presence, attention, warmth, patience, affection. These qualities may sound simple, but they create powerful emotional experiences that many people never forget. And ironically, the couples who master these basics often have the strongest chemistry, because genuine intimacy is not about pretending. It's about connection that feels real. So if you truly want to become more attractive in a relationship, focus less on impressing and more on understanding. Focus less on performance and more on emotional presence. Focus less on rushing and more on creating moments that feel meaningful. Because the bedroom habit women secretly love is not about perfection. It's about feeling emotionally desired, emotionally safe, and emotionally connected. And when those feelings exist, attraction becomes natural. Before we end, remember this. The most unforgettable partners are rarely the loudest, flashiest, or most dramatic people in the room. They're the people who make someone feel deeply valued. That emotional impact lasts far longer than temporary excitement ever will. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, real intimacy begins long before the bedroom door closes.